Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. I'm talking about my girls over there in the 90210s and adjacents and carrying on because some folks don't live in Beverly Hills. Yeah, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Hancock Park. Where's they living? Malibu. I hope everything's all right with folks over there, but we all know, unfortunately, Bo's Malibu home is gone. Oh, poor thing. I'm sure she'll be all right. But yeah, this is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 14. Everybody clocked in. They had a little after show action. Ooh. I know Sutton and Dorit gonna be going at it at the reunion, child. You hear me getting my notes together? Yeah, I gotta make sure I got my notes, child. Baby. Well, let's just get right into this mess, because, baby, I'm liking Erika a lot more lately. You know, with all that stress lifting off of her, she sure was more likable. You know what I'm saying? Never really did not like her, but she was going through, baby. Ooh, child, she was the little feisty thing. I mean, if you think you about to lose everything and possibly go to prison, yeah, you be a little uptight. So I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I ain't mad, but she's just a lot more pleasant. Somebody can probably kick it with. You know what I'm saying? Pretty mess. And her mom's blonde hair is just so lovely. Is that natural? It just looks so perfect. But her mom did say she is, she's all about the making sure she's a perfectionist. She liked the line. So I can see where Erika get it from when Erika brought her over to see her new digs and everything. But yeah, her mom's hair was just so beautiful, making us 613 girls a little envious. Like, ooh. I've actually dyed my hair blonde before. Why did I dye? No, I dyed it honey blonde. Ooh, it was so cute. It had some orange tint because naturally my hair tints in the summertime. And baby, when I dyed my hair honey blonde, baby, but when I went to the shop and did it, and that was a straight blonde, like 613 blonde, child, I was still cute. Ooh. That's why I wear 613s more often than I do. I'm cool with every color. Well, not every color. I like the reds, not sexy red, just the work red. Something you can wear to the office and still be taken seriously, because you can't come in the office with green hair, literally red. No, not red. That office red. That dark, sexy red. I even dyed my hair like, ooh, great. Back in the day, I'm just going on by myself. I'm supposed to be talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But yeah, that's 613 girls. Yeah. Who texted me? Oh, child. Anyway. All right. So back to Beverly Hills. Kathy and Kyle, they talking about they in a car. They going to get their mammos together, because their mom, didn't make it when she found out she got some going on in her chesticles. And that's how she passed, from what I remember. Anywho, peace and blessings to everyone. F cancer. Kathy and Kyle talking about Mauricio's kissing the girl in the airport. Child, later found out there's some video too. Oh, they showed that too. I was like, oh, it ain't just a pic. Now, see, Kyle says she doesn't want to hurt him. What she saying? What I wrote? Kyle doesn't want him to feel guilty because, he can do whatever he want to do. So it's just a little more embarrassing because he's not being discreet. Again, if you allow cheating in your marriage, what you getting mad for? Hell, do you still got that tattoo of that girl on your body? Kyle, hello? What? And nobody mentioning other than Kyle's going back and forth with Morgan, being seen at her concerts and things, but ain't nobody mentioning this permanent tattoo Kyle got on her body representing that woman that she ain't married to. Again, why are we mad at Mauricio? Like she said, he can do whatever they want. They're separate. See, that's the thing. You separated, you ain't divorced. What's the point in being separated, going out here, screwing everything up under the sun, getting tattoos of other folks, and y'all trying to figure it out? What's to figure out? You live in separate lives as if you're single. And technically, they meaning Kyle and Kathy, they have this thing where, see, I don't live in that world. When we marry, we marry. That's it. That's all. Until that judge writes on their dissolution date and signs it, we married. So you ain't out there doing nothing. And I mean, either. See, folks, y'all just messing up marriage. It might as well not be a marriage situation. That fool might as well make an executive order to no longer have marriage. Because what's the point if people just don't treat it as if it's just something that... Here I go, my soapbox. Again, let me go back to this show. But again, why get mad at Mauricio when he has been told he's single? It's an agreed upon arrangement. Pretty much they have an open marriage at this point. And what's crazy is when Kyle said last episode that he said talking about divorce is too soon right now. For what reason? Help me understand. Because it ain't happening fast enough if you ask me. You ain't out here philandering and, having me have to answer to folks. Well, again, that's what you get for allowing folks to cheat on you. You cheat, that's it. But you too afraid to let it go. Like she said, being a wife is the most proudest moment of her life. Well, ain't that a bit? What time is it? 2 more minutes. Listen, let me move on from this. No, I'm going to stay here. I want to get rid of this. So Kyle pretty much expects Mauricio to text her about the photo situation and all the video going on with this girl in Greece. Girl, why? He's single. He ain't got to answer to you. You still got that tattoo of that girl on your body? He ain't got no reason to answer to you, as far as I'm concerned. Dang all the other stuff. Tattoo is permanent. And what he doing is just doing him. Like he knows he's single. So why he got to answer you for? See, all that, them weird rules, because people, So Kathy suggests looking into the other woman to see what's going on. Kathy knows him, and like me, I want to know too. Like, who is this heifer? So now they're starting to think that it wasn't such a coinky-dink, that they were filmed, videos and pictures and carrying on. Oh, really? But as far as looking into the other woman, Kathy wants to find out who took the pic. Since, Kyle shot down. No, we ain't worried about the other woman. And then, Kathy brought up the dancer chick from Dancing with the Stars. And Kyle was like, we ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that. That apparently Kathy forgot or didn't know that's an unwritten rule, because Kyle's eyes got big. No, we ain't talking about that. No. So yeah, so that was shot down. But Kathy want to know about these folks, but I don't blame them because they got money to protect. Number one, that's why they want to do it. That's why because she wants to make sure the money is protected. Because ain't nobody trying to be like Erika Shane and start all over, girl. Because they got triple digit money. It ain't just 10 to $50 million. We're talking about hundreds of millions. Girl, can you imagine? Can I have 100K? Just want 100K. Ooh, 100K, Lord. Ooh, but anyway, I'm down. I'm with Kathy. I'm a crazy Kathy. We need to find out who these heifers is, and just dig and pry and just get nosy, because we ain't got to do nothing with the info, but just pass it along to our girlfriends and Kiki. That's I know that's what she doing. She probably got the info already as I speak. I ain't mad. So then we see Erika's new decor is great. Her mom shows up as Mr. Martin Lawrence. I know I'm not talking about my Ian. I'm talking about the fashion, not the fashion, the home decor, the famous home decorator. Apparently, he's done pink. He's done share. Now, when you say share, you ain't got to say no more, because everybody else is subservient. Cher is, honey, we have to protect Cher, because she's one of our wonders of the world, child, just like Patti LaBelle and some other greats that we need to put in the bubble. Stevie Wonder, Elton John, just naming a few. Some of them already going on to greatness, like Luther and Prince and Michael and some other folks, Whitney, what I'm saying? There's some greats already gone on to glory. Oh, I just thought about Bruce Willis. Anyway, it makes you, just think about all the greats that you've known almost all your life is just going through or passing on. And, it's kind of weird. We just got to move on in life of folks that's suffering or possibly passed away. I mean, what else can you do when they pass away? I mean, the world can't stop. But anyway, I'm just rambling. Anyway, Erika's new decor is cute. I love the wallpaper. That is some, maybe I do some wallpaper in one of my, make it a focal point. I think I might look up some wallpaper, because I was going to redo one room. Yes, wallpaper. I guess wallpaper is it. And it wasn't even textured. It was just real nice looking wallpaper to make it real beachy vibe, real getaway vibe, the palm trees of it all. I saw a lot of palm trees in her home, which is, extraordinary, but yet still it worked. Everything was beautiful. It just livened it up. Amazing what some wallpaper will do. Of course, you got new furniture and everything, but that wallpaper really opened up her place. It really did. So yeah, now we see Garcelle visit Sutton at Sutton, her Sutton's place of business, getting ready for the fashion show, talking about Mauricio, child. And that's when they showed the video more so. I'm like, oh, it's video and pics. Oh, wow. But like I said, they agreed to have an open relationship, and he's single. So again, can't nobody say nothing. As long as she got that tattoo of that woman on her body. Anyway, Erika and Mom have a little cheers moment for her new decor and her new attitude, thinking of time less and less. Erika is really into herself, not that she hasn't been already, but she's taking a whole new, sort of like a metamorphosis, if you can. You know how the centipede gets into the cocoon, and then she gets out the cocoon and becomes a butterfly. All my life, I thought that was the most amazing biology situation outside of giving birth. I mean, because I've actually seen it when I was little. There used to be a lot of butterflies in my neighborhood. And one time I was looking at some cocoons, and I actually saw the butterfly come out of it. And that's when I learned about centipedes and turning into butterflies in the cocoon and coming out. It was just so amazing. And ever since then, butterflies, I love them. Butterflies and ladybugs. Those are the only two insects that can come into my house, and I mean not trip. They don't mean no harm. They ain't bothering you. Even if they come to you, get on you, they ain't doing nothing to you. It's just, and the only thing I would let crawl on my skin is a ladybug from a little girl until now. I love me little ladybugs. And if you didn't know, the orange ones are the men, and the red ones are the ladies. Anywho, that was it with Garcelle. They just was going on and on about, talking about Mauricio and carrying on. Girl, they talk about that all the time. Wait till we get to the after show, baby. Woo! Then now we got Dorit and Garcelle having lunch. Ain't that a nothing? Held and froze over. Garcelle's empathy with Dorit is favorable and honest. Like I said in my earliest reviews, if Garcelle would lead with that and stop the animosity, because it's kind of old now. Honestly, Dorit isn't. I believe Dorit meant what she said when she apologized to Garcelle at Bose's soiree, and even before then, Dorit is not checking for Garcelle in that moment, or even in purposefully or maliciously making what do you call it, microaggressions, or even trying to make Garcelle feel less than because Garcelle is Pan-African Black woman. I just don't see it. Of course, some privileged white and white adjacent folks can do that simply because of how they were raised and their belief systems, and not having the same struggles, or even not being woke enough to understand and know what they're doing and saying is offensive. And that's okay. Some people are, like I said, oblivious. Some people are malicious with it. I just don't want Garcelle to keep going on and on about it, because it's obvious to me, and I'm a Black woman, of course. I see that Dorit has made a conscious effort not to do anything like that with Garcelle. And when you see Dorit and Bozema interact, I don't get that either. I did in the beginning when, with the Garcelle and Dorit, and they were fighting, and Dorit would kind of change up her a little bit of her vernacular and how she argued with Garcelle, but I don't see it anymore, like I said, and how she and Bozema's friendship has blossomed. It's just, I like Dorit more. Yeah, so they're talking, and then of course Garcelle brings up that doggone Mauricio picture, and Dorit was like, "Girl, I know, I saw it too." Then they start talking about, Kyle at Morgan's concert, and of course, is that tit for tat? Is that versus Mauricio with the girl? And it's like, both of them just like, it's just not cute for either both of them. Either they gonna shit or get off the pot. Now Garcelle asked Dorit why she beefing with Sutton, and Dorit was like, I think you have rose-colored glasses on for Sutton. Now, both of them have honest questions. Garcelle mentioned that Dorit was very vicious. Here I go with that very again. And even I said it. I said, "Oh, Dorit sure was a little extra aggressive." I had no issues with how Sutton addressed Dorit when Dorit read Camille Fulfilled. At that moment, at that particular event, Dorit was passionate, aggressive, even with Kyle, it was, to me, it was obvious that she was projecting a little bit more because of her anger with PK and her current marriage situation. And I believe that she's going to admit to that before this season's is over, including the reunion, because she has to go back and look at that and say there was a little more anger for whoever I was, arguing with due to her feelings about her and PK's situation. She has to, because to me, it was obvious. I'm like, girl, you really going in on these people, because it was mainly, and I think only, Sutton and Kyle that Dorit has an issue with. And that's good, because she don't need no more problems with nobody. What she has is enough. What else they talking about? Oh, and they both agreed that Sutton was cruel to Dorit at the Caviar Caspia Caftan event, child. For Sutton to bring up her money against Dorit's lack thereof. And again, they value money, child. That's just something that they weaponize their money in other ways, just not against each other. And girl from deep down south, has no morals or standards. What I heard, I'm just saying. And I'm talking about Sutton, because she come from, she may get it honest. Because I'm about to give her mama some before this review is over. Mother or not, Miss Reba's about to get some. Yeah, she about to get some. So anyway, we're done with that. And Sutton is at her practice run of the fashion show. Avi is helping her. He's overreacting, taking on the role of program director extraordinaire. Listen, Avi learned from the best. He is being taught. He is going to make a great house manager to someone else one day, if ever he no longer works with Sutton. He can probably open up a little school and train folks, on how to be an assistant to the fabulous of 90210. Ooh, did I just make up something? I hope nobody else got that. Maybe, maybe he could. Maybe I just made up this little, anywho. Maybe they already have that going on and I just don't know it. Anyway, if they didn't, I just made it up. Yeah, so Avi is turning things up for Sutton. He's being her loud ass mouthpiece. And even Jennifer's walking in the show. Yes. It should be a good old time. But her mom, child, her mom's flight was messed up, with all the problems with the flights and carrying on. It's difficult for her mom to get to the show, and it looks like her mom ended up not coming because the flight situation, first it was delayed, it was canceled, delayed. Then she was in the airport for almost half a day. Should know 80-nothing-year-old nobody being stuck at the airport for half a day. Lord knows she needed a nap, laid down, put her feet up, rested, she got to be, and it was more than 13 hours because traveling there, traveling from, Hopefully she had a car and it was easier for her to, go back and forth from the from the airport. Because I would hate to have to lug all of what she lugging and carrying all of what she carrying for that long a time, traveling to, during, and after. That's just too much for somebody 80 anything years old. So I feel bad for that, but not really, because what I'm about to say is what I'm about to say. What else happened, child? Dorit and Kyle talk about staged video of Mauricio. Ooh. Well, that's what they were talking about, child. They thought that it was staged, and Dorit, and what's her name? It's just a matter of, because they're all at the fashion show by this point, and Dorit and Kyle had a little small talk. And they just think that it was staged because, everybody keeps saying Mauricio's not some big old star that people will be following him. But, it's a hot topic now since they know he and his more famous spouse is on the rocks. And she putting tattoos of women on her body. She's flip-flopping and flop-flipping. She don't know what she want to do, whether it's going to be a man or a woman. And that's fine. Make up your mind. Do something. Have both. Whatever. But the matter of the fact is that's a big hot topic because, everything is relative out there in 90210 and carrying on. So, yeah, they just talking about it. And, Kyle kind of thinks so. Ain't that nothing? Kyle thinks so. Anyway, so during the fashion show, everything's starting. Kathy gets up, walks in the back of the fashion show, walks on the stage, and then goes to the back and asks Sutton, does she think that Sutton needs to have Dorit be the announcer on the fashion show? Someone's like, no, this is a real fashion show. Sound like Sutton was perturbed, but of course that's Kathy Hilton. And you don't ever want to make Kathy feel like she's wrong. That's why Lisa Rinna ain't on the show no more. Oh, Lord. But anyway, channel, that was the end of the show for the most part. The fashion show went off without a hitch. Jade was in the show. Jennifer Tilly walked in the show as well. Jennifer got some nice legs on. All right, girl. Jade is 16, and I really hope that he grows into him, his body and everything, and he's not stifled to be a skinny model. I think he should be, this is what I think. I'm thinking, I hope that he bulks up so, he can, maybe get into some acting also, because when you're not so skinny and you're a model, they tend to want to use you in other prints and ads and TV roles, movie roles for the most part, because we see it. Even with, what's his name? What is that man's name? He was really big back in the 90s. Anywho, Tucker. Forget his name. Anyway, I just want to see him come out of his shyness, like his mom said, like Garcelle says, and is really coming into his own. Let's take advantage of everything, young man. You got the world is your oyster. You got a famous Hollywood mother. His father got ties, high up in business. So he's, on a great journey to become great in the field. And, he lucky. Show them boys lucky. I wonder what the twins doing over there with that girl. Hopefully he ain't making babies all out of willy-nilly like his older brother, Oliver. But anyway, that ain't none of my business. Now let's get to this after show, child. So Kyle removing wife off of bio, pretty much because, and it was during the same time frame, if not the next day, that the picture of Mauricio and that woman out there in Greece looking half naked comes out. And then we see more more film to where she's discussing it with Kathy. So she's like, and actually this happened while they were getting their memos together. They were like, well, and when Kathy was talking about investigating the girl, and Kyle was like, no, I don't care about that. Yes, you do. You want to know. If I want to know, you want to know, child. But yeah, it was all about, just saving face, not wanting to be embarrassed, but it's too late. We see that he embarrasses you, but at the same time, I'm gonna keep bringing this up. Did you get that tattoo covered up? Remove, whatever the case is, because girl, that tattoo. Listen, you can't get a tattoo on another woman, and we supposed to be separated. First of all, we ain't gonna be separated. But even if we were, and you getting a tattoo of somebody on your body, it's over. as soon as that tattoo is put on, I'm going to Kessler and Kessler and Associates or somebody, the Cochran firm, somebody. Papers will be drawn up and hand delivered to you tomorrow. Actually, maybe the same day, depending on what time I find out. Ain't no way. Unless you had a drunken night in Vegas or something, you got tattooed. But even then, we ain't having it. Getting a tattoo of somebody else, have the nerve to have an attitude about me. Girl, but when we agreed that I can be single. You see how stupid this stuff sounds? Is it just me? No, it's not just me. Lord. So Sutton and Garcelle and Jennifer talking about everything, and they're like, yeah, we see she took her name off her bio. Maurice he doesn't have anything other than his business and everything, and Kyle just took off wife and everything, you know. And Sutton, Garcelle, she said, sure, I would change the locks. And girl, I'm just saying, his stuff will be shipped to him. Clothes first, because that's easy to get rid of. Clothes, shoes, all his personal effects will be shipped to him, to his place. Yes. Anything that we share is debatable, but until then, all your stuff is being shipped to you. I'm getting some shippers, some movers, and get all the things that ain't mine and give it to him. Take it to him, ship it to him, whatever the case may be, but get it out of my house. I know that's right. Locks change. Soon as them folks leave, locks is changed. I don't blame Garcelle for saying that. Shoot. And then Sutton said, yeah, she was advised to change the locks after her divorce was final because he would always just come in the house when he was in town. And Jennifer was like, no, he don't have that same access to you as if he was married. Anywho, so now, child, can you believe this mess? Now back to this after show, like I said, it's very interesting that Kathy becomes a little bit of the center of attention for some folks, right? But before we get there, you know, when Kathy interrupted the fashion show, she said she was saying hi to Erika's mom. She didn't want to be rude and some other people along the way. And then Erika said she was mad at her mom, not at Kathy, but mad at her mom for interrupting the fashion show. Erika says, you know, I do shows, you know, and this is, you know, so it's very important for my mom to know that it's not okay to interrupt. And I'm like, wow. I mean, Kathy said hi to her. It's not like the mom got up, introduced herself, and then sat back down. So, yeah, I mean, listen, Erika can be mad at her mom all they want to, but the way it was filmed and shown was that Sutton approached her mother. Her mother did not approach Kathy. Not Sutton, Kathy, from coming from behind while the show started and the models coming out, they're tripping and falling in the pool water. I mean, you know, if anything, stop interrupting just because no one's going to check you. Because somebody Lisa tried to check her and, you know, she got put out the show. But listen, I thought it was real interesting because no one wants to correct Kathy. Even her own sister, even during the moment, they were like, go get your sister, Kyle. She's like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, Kyle, you should have. You should have gotten your sister and said, they started the show. You got to sit down right now. Hurry up, hurry up. Plus, she's limping because she fell earlier and she got on these kitten heels. And I'm like, girl, if you don't sit your old ass down, the show's you're all in the way. Instead of yelling at her, making a scene, it's like several of them on the cast yelling at Kathy. She's ignoring all of them. She knows she heard them. Or maybe she thought people wanted her picture, child. Who knows? But the whole point is she's so into doing whatever she wants to do that it you know, she's willfully obtuse and willfully disruptive but she don't care because ain't nobody gonna check her. Ain't that nothing? But let Dorit tell it. Dorit was like, Kathy is shrewd. Bozema was like, well, dang, tell us how you really feel. Bozema says Kathy's in her own world so much that, she doesn't realize, she's interruptive or disruptive or interrupting. And that's when Dorit said, well, Kathy is shrewd, and is not totally oblivious to the situation. And then everybody finds out what Dorit said, and Garcelle was like, "Oh, I can't believe, she said that." But then Garcelle says, "Well, everybody sucks up to Kathy, Jennifer's like, yeah, because no one wants to not be invited to all her parties." And then Garcelle said, "Well, that's strange. Kathy has had 150 parties all year, and not once did I go." Now she didn't say she wasn't invited, but it sounded like she said she wasn't invited. But she did say not once did she go. And Garcelle seemed a little perturbed about that. So is Garcelle not being invited? Interesting. So then Sutton doesn't want to talk on that too much. And the producer of the show asks, are you afraid to talk against Kathy or whatever? Garcelle thinks so. But Sutton was like, no, I just don't. I wasn't upset with Kathy. I was, just wanted her show to go so well. I'm like, girl, if that was anybody else doing that, you would have said something about them being in the way when your show started. So let's not even go there, Sutton. Garcelle was right. Everybody sucks up to Kathy. Ain't that nothing? I mean, they don't want to be least. They saw how they like being on the show. They don't want to end up over there kicking it with Lisa Rinna on her podcast. Just saying. Oh, Lord, what else they say, child? Then we talk about Erika vibing with Martin Lawrence, of course, not Martin, but the guy who decorated her newly decorated her little teeny house, as she calls it. It's, I really appreciate that whole decoration thing. It was really nice. Then, they're talking about Kyle, that Morgan concert. Is it versus Mauricio in Greece? Some people think so, some people don't. Sutton says she told Kyle that they, meaning she, Kyle, and Mauricio uses the social media to fight against each other because it seems obvious to Sutton, and pretty much for fear, Sutton doesn't want to elaborate on Kathy nor Kyle's relationship with Morgan. Child. And they're like, why is Kyle hanging out with Morgan anyway? It's the optics of it all. Everybody is up there, thinks about the optics. You know what I'm saying? Now this was interesting. Kathy said she supported Mauricio during their, outs and everything over the years. And no matter what, she still, wants him to do well. The whole textbook, he's the father to my nieces. He is, and he's always been very welcoming and loving to Farrah. That was a kid that Kyle had before getting with Mauricio. I think she was 17 when she had Farrah, or maybe 16. But yeah, child, listen. When Kathy said she called, it was he and Kyle's anniversary, and she called him to check on him. He said, "What's going on? Something wrong?" Because she called him Mauricio, and we all know that they've had quite a tumultuous relationship, especially with the business situation. That's why, it was, really hard for Kathy to even come around on the show because they were still, about this real estate business stuff interfering with the Hilton real estate business, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. If you didn't know, now you know. So yeah, Marisa was like, "Is something wrong? Why are you calling?" She's like, "Well, it's your anniversary. I'm just checking on you." Girl, Mauricio is outside. He ain't worried about no doggone anniversary. And you ain't married to the man. So why are you worried again? They're giving so much power to this man named Mauricio Umansky when he the one outside. He's the one who keeps opening the relationship. And that's the thing. How you gonna be married, so-called be monogamous, and then once he opens it, y'all separate, and then he can just keep it open until he decides he wants to come back to the relationship and child. See, when you let folks cheat, that's what happens. Foolishness and fuckery. Anyway, I'm like, Mauricio is outside, girl. Now, the next thing was kind of sweet. Kyle and Kathy are getting closer with all of this, and that's how they really, want to be. And Kathy made it seem like she was being strong for Kyle, but Kyle was like, no. Yeah, Kathy cries a lot and she's heartbroken for me. But, I can understand that. We're sisters and it is what it is. And then the ladies talk about Sutton's clothes. Child, this is what killed it for me. This is what killed it for me. So apparently, this sustainable clothing that Sutton is talking about is, and how Bozema explained it, because even Dorit couldn't understand how Sutton explained it, and it's her own situation. So Bozema explained it to where you have clothes from this store that didn't sell. Ain't nobody buying nothing, sitting on the shelf. So instead of it going to the landfill for destruction, it goes to another shelf, Sutton shelf, and Sutton puts her tags on it and calls it sustainable clothing. That's pretty much what it is. And Dorit was like, So it's not her own design, which is what designer, hello. She just stuck her name. So Kyle makes a joke. Okay, so this product girl, I'll put my name on it. Is that what sustainable clothing is? They're just laughing. And Kyle knows she was digging at Sutton. I don't know. I'm just guessing. See, that's that bullshit people be talking about, Kyle. No. You gonna get read for filth too from Sutton, just like Dorit and possibly Bose, but Bose was just explaining it. Probably Sutton will have to re-explain it so that Bose will probably say, I think I said what I said was correct. I can see it now. And then as Sutton is explaining a little bit more in the, after show, her homegirls, Garcelle and Jennifer, is just listening. They know good and hell well if it was anybody else saying that. For instance, if it was Dorit saying it, they would have a lot to say. But yeah, so Sutton's sustainable. There's a few fits that was cute, but not that name them stuff. What was that, nurse gear? Child, I don't know. But yeah, they were clowning Sutton's fashions, even though they were pretty cute. What I saw on the runway, yeah, somebody else designed that. The clothes didn't sell, so she thinks if she puts her name on them, they'll sell. Okay, so well, we're gonna find out. Is anybody wearing her clothes? Let me know. Next is where I'm about to read Reba Fulfill. The audacity and nerve. And yeah, my voice got high because here I go thinking from my last review that I had Reba rubbed all wrong. No, I was right the first damn time. She an old racist biddy from the deep heart south of Augusta, Georgia, had the audacity to tell Sutton, now when I do come to LA, is Garcelle gonna pick me up? Like Garcelle's driving Miss Daisy? Is that what we're doing? Why not are you suggesting a car come get your old ass? Why is Garcelle picking you up? And to make matters worse, Kyle jokes about it. Well, now Garcelle is happy that she doesn't have to go pick up Reba from the airport. Again, just like Corey King on the Drag Race season 17, episode 8, she played a doggone flying monkey of the Wiz in their adaptation of the Wicked Wiz of Oz. Ooh, go check out my review on that, y'all. It's really cute. Black people, take a stand and not let people perpetuate and stop participating in the laughter that they are doing when it comes to us on this television, on this World Wide Web internet TV screen. Stop doing it. We got enough problems as there was this fool trying to executive order his way through the next 4 years. I'm so sick of this. I don't know what to do. Made me think of him. Anyway, I'm getting out this doggone thing. I'm done. That was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 14. I'm gone. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I appreciate you so much. And we'll catch you next time for the next review coming through. Don't forget to come back. All right, bye. All day.